All right, guys, we're back. We're live. What is up, y'all? We're chilling right now, and obviously with another episode of Freaks and Peaks coming at you live with a different recording. They were recording this on Saturday, right? But it is what it is. That's how things work out. Got the homies in the chat right now. We got from left to right, as always, Despair.
You.
There we got the homie Follow Your Dreams.
Yo, 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 yo.
Yours truly, Super Freak here. We're chilling. It's just us three for tonight, but trust me, that doesn't detract from the amount of stuff we actually have to talk about, guys. It's been a busy week, which is why we're like, yeah, let's just record Saturday so we have more time. Gamescom happened, and Gamescom was listen, I don't know. I know there's a lot of Jeff Keighley haters out there, but listen, I was thoroughly pleased with. I don't know how either. The man's one of the biggest advocates for gaming I've ever seen in my life.
Bringing us fucking bombs.
Yeah. Gamers rise up. Jeff Keighley's making sure gamers rise up, bro. And yeah, with the Game Awards and now Gamescom, these are the two biggest Jeff parties of the year. And this kind of went off, even though there was no new announcements. I was thoroughly pleased with it. I was just like, yeah, you know, as long as you keep your expectations in check, I guess, and don't expect anything new, right? This was kind of crazy. Everything that they showed was really good. But do you guys have any thoughts overall?
I mean, it just provided updates on all the games that were kind of coming out. We knew that were coming out, and it just gave like further updates. So like if you already were kind of interested in the game, you wanted to see more, like this was the show to check out.
Yo, I just watched the trailer for fucking Like a Dragon Gaiden, the Yakuza game coming out. Bro, what the fuck? This shit looks insane. All right, my bad.
No. I'm not a Yakuza player, but like I know that was also featured during the week of Gamescom, and not being a Yakuza player, I know it's a completely different Yakuza game. But
nah, not this one.
Well, not like completely different. I mean, like same kind of overall structure, I guess. But there's there are tweaks,
this
right?
one is the same.
You're confused. You're confusing it with the RPG one. So this is the one that's dropping. That's like more
November, right, or something. Isn't this coming
out?
out?
Yeah, November.
You know
It's coming out in November.
My bad.
This is more old school Yakuza.
I'm thinking of the Kiryu Man Without a Name or Man That Changed His Name thing.
Yeah, that is
that one, right?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah. So that one, like they just gave him like a bunch of powers, though, no?
Yeah, but it's not like far from what he'd normally be doing wild, stupid shit. Crazy.
See, like I haven't played Yakuza, so I have no idea.
Yeah.
Well, because remember, so like for most of the Yakuzas, it was kind of basically a beat 'em up game, you know, and then action RPG, kind of, and then the latest one, Like a Dragon, turned it from that genre to like turn-based RPG, basically.
Yeah.
That one comes out next year.
Yeah, that's
and
like
that one,
too.
the sequel to that one, that's basically Yakuza 9, which comes out like next year.
Which I am waiting for that shit.
Yeah, no, it's good. It was definitely good stuff.
Are they working on a new Judgment too?
Probably. I don't know. That one just came out last year.
But Yakuza fans are eating right now, man. They got like 3 series that are all.
Yeah, but Yakuza 6. Yeah, but those games came out like what, 3 years ago?
Every year.
Like a Dragon. Like a Dragon didn't come out last year.
Like a Dragon
came out last year.
A while ago, actually. Judgment 2 came out last year, and Like a Dragon came out the year before. So are they working?
2.5, 3 years.
Yeah.
Yakuza, that came out like the first year of PS5, didn't it? Yeah, that's been a while. But
Yakuza fans are eating though, like they're
usually every year there's something.
There's something. That's not like a
if it's not like
it's either an announcement or a fucking game.
Yeah.
Right?
They got like 80 billion series now. They got Judgment, they got Like a Dragon, and they got Like a Dragon, the Kiryu games, and it's like
But they're all basically Yakuza, bro.
Yeah, Like a Dragon came out in 2020.
Saying they have 3 different renditions of it now.
No, you're right. Every year. Absolutely. So yeah, it feels like every year at this point. But anyway, the one that's releasing right now is for those people who like enjoy the old Yakuza play style.
I like the turn-based.
Oh my God.
Yeah, then this is the game for
Fucking
you.
idiots. Let me stop.
But
That's true.
I mean, I like the turn-based one, but don't get me wrong, I do.
Yeah, they're all good. Like there's a place for both.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. They could just do. Look, I don't know. They could just have a RPG. They could have the RPG mechanics and still have like it be more action focused. I don't know. I like the fucking. I like a Dragon. I think that was my favorite one.
No, it's good. It's good.
I have to get into that series.
Ichiban is dope.
It's an investment though, freak.
I know.
Like,
that's why I haven't gotten into it
that
yet. It's an absolute investment.
Bro, I think I started that series when I met y'all. And,
that's true.
And then, like, it wasn't until like last year I got through all of it.
Yeah, I started Yakuza 0 in like 20. I don't even fucking know, bro. It was definitely before 2020.
Yeah, I'll get to it. I'll definitely get to it.
Yeah.
It's something that I'm trying to supplement like other games, like because I know I'm not gonna want to go straight from 1 to 2 to 3. I'm gonna like play games in between.
You beat one, you take a long ass break. Don't even think about that right now.
Yeah, it's a break in between games. It's not like going from Mass Effect 2 to 3 where y'all told me I needed to do it immediately.
Mass Effect 2 to 3 is not. Those games are nowhere near as long as these motherfucking games.
Yeah. These Yakuza games can get very, very fucking long and grindy. So I'm like,
good luck.
Going back to Gamescom though, what was I guess this might be a hard question. What would you say was something that you saw that was probably your most excited or most anticipated moment of the show?
Good question. I've been waiting to see fucking Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. They finally got a release date for the game, February. I've been wanting this game for like the past, I think, half a decade now. It's been at least like 5-6 years that they've been talking about this game.
Yeah.
That game was supposed to come out 2 years ago. Went through development hell, so I'm happy to see that game is fucking obviously the Tekken shit. I don't know.
The Mortal Kombat, the Sindel. I mean,
Mortal Kombat stuff is really good.
That
too,
one, that one.
Personally, for me, the Cyberpunk stuff was pretty cool because obviously I'm super looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So, it was good to just get more like, oh, what are they doing with the mechanics? And it was a nice thing for them to be like, hey, like even if you don't get the DLC, you still get like the system updates. Which is like a nice incentive for those who already bought the game. They felt burned the year that it came out. So I think they're doing a lot to try to make it up. But yeah, ultimately I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna disappear around, was it September? Nah, I can't even disappear because October is right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm legit salty.
You're stuck, bro.
You can't disappear at all. You can't disappear. There's no disappearing. We're all just suffering with games. we're suffering with success. The DJ Khaled.
Y'all want to tell the audience what we're struggling with right now? So we're trying to balance a podcast, Baldur's Gate 3, by the way.
Yes, we have a group playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3 right now that we're doing, us three specifically. If anybody else wants to join, they're more than welcome to, but as of right now, it's literally just us three, and we fucking meet up like every other night and just start playing it.
And we're desperate to find time. We're like, yo man, I'm up at 1 a.m, bro. Let's just do it.
Right.
And of course, they just dropped fucking Armored Core on top of that.
Cyberpunk, gotta play Armored Core, gotta play fucking.
Yep.
I gotta de-rust and Tekken. I gotta do all this shit is ass.
And
I'm so glad I finished Remnant. Like
on top of all that, we gotta play Fall Guys. On top of all that.
Yep. On top of all that, we do have to work time for Fall Guys because they just dropped some Final Fantasy 14
annoying
collaboration with it. So I mean that'll be over soon.
Ninja Turtles is about to drop. Fucking
oh my god, Ninja Turtles. Oh, the fucking TMNT DLC. Yeah, you're right. Apparently Party Animals has a release date next month. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I'll see. These motherfuckers have some nerve asking for pre-orders. Like, I don't even believe your game exists.
Yeah. Until you actually release, I will then buy it. It'll be a day one buy for me, but I want to see like actual evidence that the game is playable and out. You know what I mean? Like no fucking beta footage or demo footage.
Oh,
none of that.
By the way, Starfield's coming out.
Next
week. Yeah,
bro.
So that's a thing.
Honestly, just going back to the Gamescom thing, like I did like the Cyberpunk footage. and I saw the little eagle-eyed motherfuckers that were in there that were just like, did you notice in the skill trees?
Oh yeah, the pictures of the dudes from the anime.
Yes, they added the anime
dope.
characters
I didn't
pictures in the
notice
skill
that,
trees.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
shit was cool.
that's really, really cool, and it makes me super excited to kind of replay Cyberpunk because it's just I only did the main story. I didn't play any of the side missions mostly. I did some of the side stuff.
Bro.
That Rebecca skill tree, but it make me freaking just a complete ignorant ape.
Yeah,
I just want to be shotguns and bloops.
Yo, besides that, freak, I'm gonna tell you this: like, just playing the main story, it's alright, but like the side shit is honestly like where that game.
I did one side mission and I was really impressed with it. It was the one about like the serial killer.
Yeah.
That was like literally the only one that I remembered doing.
No, there's like
I didn't do many of them.
Like, okay, so think of that, but like 70 of those.
Yeah. I need to definitely like replay that game in a better mindset and not streaming, because when I was streaming I was not paying attention to a lot of shit going on, because you don't read anything when you stream too.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is reading to set things into set up the mood, you know.
I feel like I might be able to stream this time only because like I kind of played the game already, right? So like
only because you play the game, you got a fucking 3080 now, and you got an SSD installed. I'm sorry, I had a.
You played that game without an SSD, bro.
You played that game without an SSD. That's crazy.
It was a setting in the game for hard drive players too. Probably had to turn that shit.
Wow.
What an ape.
Anyways.
Yeah. So I think the thing that I probably liked about Gamescom the most, God, I really,
all right. For me, it's the overall, like as a show, it was consistent. And if you compare this show compared to a bunch of other shows that's been held, like, because usually we'll get like a banger the first like 2-3, first part of the show, then the middle just sucks donkey balls.
Yeah.
And then the end, they give you like one upper before, it all ends, right? This one was very consistent. Like, even if they showed kind of like a bunch of BS or whatever, they were very quick with it, and then they moved on to the next one. You know what I mean? Like, no one wore out its welcome. Well, other than the Call of Duty thing, but they do that every year.
It was fun to watch.
But other than that, like, it was like enjoyable. Like, and they still managed to have a very few surprises. They weren't like big blow your load games, but for a few people that it might have been, like was it Little Nightmares 3, I think they were talking about.
Yeah, Little Nightmares 3, Fort Solis, that was a like kind of surprise that they brought out. I think they had mentioned Fort Solis before, but this was the first time we actually like saw something, and it actually like shadow dropped. They were just like, yeah, it's out.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it yet. I'm probably not gonna try it for a while, but
we're hurting. We're all hurting right now.
Yeah, I'm not lacking for fucking games.
And they showed the whole Rebel Moon thing with
Zack Snyder.
The movie? Yeah.
The movie and the game. I kind of like that. Like I like collabs like that. Because it's one of the,
when it works.
When it works, because it adds lore to a game that's coming out, and it's just kind of like, here's the lore, here's the game, right? Depending on what takes place when, because the game could be a prequel or it could be a sequel, and you're just like, oh, I just watched this. It's just cool how it ties in, right?
I think they were saying the game is going to be a sequel to the movies.
Yeah. Like when Baldur's Gate came out, they announced like a series of books, and they were just like, the books are prequels and the game is the sequel. And just kind of like, that's dope, because then I picked up the books and I actually read the books, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. I'm not a big reader, and I just did that because I'm like, oh, it's BioWare, it's a cool game, like let's check it out. And goddamn, like it was good, but I didn't finish Dragon Age Origins. A lot of shit happened, but yeah, I'll get to it eventually. But I actually, all jokes aside, I did kind of like the Call of Duty stuff, because it was like, it dragged for sure. I'm not gonna say it didn't drag,
but it drags every year though. It's the same thing.
It didn't drag.
I think it's just the same thing every year though.
People always have their shit to say about whatever game they don't like or whatever the fuck. Right. It's like it lasted about as long as it usually lasts.
Yep, same thing.
Like,
but do you remember like Modern Warfare 3? Right?
Yeah, that shit was trash.
Yes, but do you remember the single player of Modern Warfare 3?
Not really.
okay, so in the single player of Modern Warfare 3, and in the lead up to like the E3 and shit like that, they showed the mission that they actually show. It's kind of like they're just showing the same shit to us again, where it was that whole mission right away where they're showing you going into the gulag, right? The prison breaking in the gulag to break somebody out of prison, right? In Modern Warfare 3, like that's one of the entry missions. That's what they showed, and then that's what they're doing with this one. It's the same mission that they showed us. I realize it's the same mission, and it's super cool how it connected.
Like, it's like people are always gonna be like, "Oh, it's just Call of Duty again. I can't believe."
Yeah, of course,
like, motherfucker. Call of Duty's not going nowhere, so you just ignore it if you don't like it.
Yeah,
and just
if you don't like
on.
it,
there were
ignore it,
plenty of other things there that were for other people. Like this shit was great.
Yeah,
like I'll never understand. I don't even want to talk about it, but I don't ever understand like when there's something on the screen, right, that you're not interested in. What is the like? What's the motivating factor behind having to make a comment? Like
hater mentality, my boy. Hater mentality. That's it.
That's part of the reason why I before I kind of like refrain from watching events like this with people. Because I'll be like, bro, okay, if you don't like it, just shut the fuck up. Everybody's having fun and enjoying the shit, right? Everybody has their one game or two games, a couple of games, whatever that they were interested in. They're hype. Cool. If something's not for you, like we can talk about this later, but this is like a thing that like, because it leads into like this whole Armored Core shit, right? And it's like, bro, so some games are just not for everybody. And if you don't like it, just go play something that you like and just shut the fuck up. Like I'll never understand why people always have to be so negative about shit. You don't like it, shut up. Go do what you do like. You're wasting your energy. Like,
but the thing is too, like From Software, by now you should know the reputation of their games. So if you're buying their games,
Call of Duty's been around for over almost 2 decades. You should know what the fuck to expect from COD. Like, hello? Like, I thought that shit was so funny. I was like, bruh. We was in the chat and I forgot. Nah, who was in here? I don't know. It doesn't matter. But I was just like, all right, guys, shut the fuck up. We know. Like even I was sitting there like, okay, it's COD again. Like we've been here every year.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
in my head, I was thinking that, right? But I was just
like, okay, it's COD again. Like
you know, whatever.
We know what to expect from COD. It's COD.
Yeah.
Like, it's every year. We're gonna see COD, bro. Like,
yeah.
The fuck? Oh man, that shit kills me. Because I had somebody send me a DM. They were like, yo, man, I know you like that COD, bro. You buy that shit every year. I was like, first of all, no, I don't buy that shit every year. Just because I like COD doesn't mean that, like, who cares, bro? Like, I don't say that when people be buying 2K every year.
Fucking like, haters. I know you like that COD, bro. You gonna buy
I don't say anything when people buy 2K every year. When people, like, I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. Everyone has their shit. Just shut the fuck up and enjoy fucking games, bro. Like, that's all I care about.
Yeah, I think
so it's like the events like this kind of, I'd be like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna sit and chill. I'm gonna watch the shit alone. But I don't know. It's fun watching shit with people, but I just don't be like, I don't be trying to hear hating. That should be like exhausting to deal with. Like people just mindlessly.
Well,
hate.
especially when you would like, why do you have to be like,
like what are we 5? Like you're like pouting, like your parents didn't give you what you wanted, like so you pouting about it. Like that's just so stupid. I hate it.
So that sound is the exact sound.
But you know what? The only time I warn it, you remember when that Star Wars shit was popping up?
If it's a disappointment, absolutely, of course. I'm gonna listen.
Remember? You remember? And they were like, who wrote this shit? And then all of us in unison literally was like. Oh,
yep. I was like, hold on, y'all. See, y'all was hype. I was like, y'all, hold on. Like, we don't know what this is. Like, then we saw the developers. We were like, oh, shit.
I'll be honest with y'all. I'll definitely make some jokes, and most of the time it's inappropriate jokes. But oftentimes I love. I don't know if I love. I feel obliged to give things the benefit of the doubt. Right?
Yeah,
it's like I may joke about it, but it's like, well, hold on. Let's see what's going on, you know what I mean, like in conversation wise. And that's most of the time that's why I like talk about shit. I'm not, because it seems like I'm playing devil's advocate, and I'm not playing devil's advocate to that extent. I'm just saying like let's give the benefit of doubt, unless otherwise like we really don't give a shit. For example, Party Animals. Unless that game's out, bro, I'm not buying your shit. Stop with the pre-release shit.
I'm saying,
come on, cut it out.
Bro.
Release the game when
when
it's real. I'll buy it. Party Animals devs. I've tweeted you about this directly. I've received no response. Hold that. You didn't get my money till the game's out.
Bro. Get that shit out of here. Like,
But yeah.
I'm hyped for the game, but the thing is, right?
Yeah.
They gotta. I mean, what they say? How much is it? Like $20?
20 bucks. That's not bad.
Like, yeah, like,
not bad
nothing,
at all.
But it's like, I don't know, man.
Fall Guys was $20 when it dropped.
Feeling about that game. I have a very like weird feeling about that game. So I'll see. I'm gonna play it obviously, but I just have like a very like bad taste in my mouth for some reason.
Well, it's the bad taste in the mouth because of the no contact and then 3 years of development time for it.
And then you asking for, and then you going crazy asking for pre-orders and shit. Like, bro, like just put your game out, bro. Like, relax.
I will say this though.
We'll see.
They need to drop the game. It needs to have crossplay. It needs to have good matchmaking.
The game needs to have anti-cheat. It needs to have cross-play. It needs to be not fucking buggy as shit. The game's been delayed for freaking 3 years.
Matchmaking needs to be insane.
There needs to be no flaws. Like, because you got to think about it. This era, the era for this game is pretty much over. So, because the era was...
The era was the Fall Guys era. Yeah, the Fall Guys era.
Dropped. Among Us dropped. All these random, like, stupid-ass games were dropping, and everyone was just eating them up because we didn't have nothing better to do, right? So, that era is gone.
It is.
And this game is coming out, like, on the tail end. So, I was like, I don't know, bro. We'll see. Like I said, we'll see. The fact that it's $20, that's a great start. Cool, but that shit should be free or something at this point, because don't nobody care about shit like that no more. We do, because we played it. We played the beta.
We do, because
it was the most fun. It was the most fun we had in the group.
Absolutely.
Very
but the thing is, right? We could play the game when it comes out, and it could be fun for one day and not be fun after that. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Like,
I agree.
But the thing is, like, the majority of people, like, we played it, we know what it was like. The majority of people probably don't even know what this fucking game is.
Yeah, we all played the demo. We all got together during the fucking demo.
Like,
yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, like, they should have released this shit back when Fall Guys was hot.
I have a feeling it's not going to have crossplay because there's no indication that it would.
Bro, that shit ain't going to have no crossplay.
Exactly. And I think
that's probably going to do the least amount of work it could possibly do.
And I think that's a huge mistake. We're all going to play because we all have PC.
We'll see.
$20
game not gonna work. Watch the game not work day one.
$20 is a great price point because, listen, a bunch of us bought Fall Guys day one. But again, like, yes, that era is over, but at the same time, it's like, if you're excited for a game...
didn't have a predecessor either. Like,
that's true.
This game, everyone's looking at this game. This is like Fall Guys. This is like Gang Beasts. This is like all those random party games that you be stupid with your boys, right? Because COVID, right? Everybody's at home. We got nothing to do or whatever. And you just play that shit. Just pop that shit on randomly. Like, this game has to work. Day one, there can't be any issues. You know why? Because this game was supposed to come out 2 years ago. And everyone's going to say the same shit. What the fuck you been doing the past 2 years? If the shit don't work.
I do think, though, if it works well enough, like just well enough, I think word of mouth could be super successful for this game.
I mean, word of mouth was
$20 is a very low price point.
Yeah, word of mouth. It was already getting word of mouth 2 years ago.
It was.
Yeah, the word of mouth over the past 2 years has just been when is the release date? That's the word of mouth.
I think it's still gonna be like, hey, when it's out, I think people are just gonna be like, man, this game is fucking sick. And a bunch of people
still gonna be like, wait, the game's out?
Oh yeah, it's out. It's out. Can I buy it now? And
you know, my thing with the game is just like, all right, y'all went dark, but then you made an announcement, oh, the game's coming out, and then it didn't come out when you said it was gonna come out, and this has happened probably like 2 or 3 times already.
Yep.
So this time it's the boy who cries wolf. It's just like,
if the game has any issues, bro, it's over. Because like, when you delay a game and that shit comes out ass, people gonna be like, yo, like, hello, we waited this long for what?
It's been like 2 years, bro.
Right.
Like, this shit
Y'all
is
delayed
bug
the game
central.
to prepare the DLC and the pre-order shit. That's what took 2 years,
bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. If they had just released that demo, whatever the fuck that they had, I think, and it was just like $10.
They should have just released it early access. Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
Early access is a powerful mechanic.
Because the game is already jank. There's not much more you could do. Like, just what the fuck? I don't know. Hey, it is what it is. It's coming out.
True.
We'll see. Like,
we'll play it at least.
Coming out at the worst possible time. It could come out, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, coming out in September when we got Starfield and fucking.
Let's delay our game 3 years, make excuses, then put our game out in the middle of a fucking.
God, if they would have just released last year, bro, they would have been successful.
Bro, if they would have just released this month or something, not September. This year sucks, bro.
Like, and they choose to drop in September, bro.
They should have released that shit this month, last month, any
like
other
2
time
days
of this year.
Like
Yeah,
right
today,
now.
right? Yeah, any other time of this year would have been perfect.
Drop it.
Just
like,
delay your
literally,
shit. Delay it till
just-
next year, bro. Just do it.
I
At
would
this
have,
point.
if I was them, I'd
I
put that shit out in
would.
like January. Not
Yep,
actually, no,
January,
not even.
exactly.
You gotta put that shit out in like fucking
Summer.
because there's shit coming out in January, February, March. Like, we have shit coming out from September until the middle of fucking next year, bro. That's wild.
The release calendar is as crazy as it's ever been, bro.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
Like,
well, it's
what is
basically
happening?
all. It's
To be
basically
fair.
all those games that were delayed
All
by
the COVID games. Yeah, all the COVID games.
that was supposed to
that's
come out.
true.
Yeah.
That was supposed to come out in the first 2 years of the PS5
Yep.
development cycle are all coming out now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's happening. That's why we're getting all these
Yeah, it's just dumping the
extraordinary.
fucking shit
Because
on us.
remember, summers used to be dead back in the day. Why
Summer
was
Yeah.
this summer
had a
the most
reputation
lit
for being
summer
dead,
I've
yeah.
ever had in my life?
because everybody be at home. Like,
Bro, and then Street
Literally-
Fighter 6 dropped in June, right? Like, that's
Oh,
crazy. It's crazy.
going-
Fighting
this-
games
this
usually
generation-
drop, though,
yeah.
like, pre-June, no? Like, because of
fighting
Evo?
games usually
February,
drop like March,
February.
April, May.
Yeah. I think Street Fighter 6
They
delayed
either
their
drop
shit
Mar-
just
that
enough
or they drop
to
in, like,
make
September.
Evo.
March or September.
Yeah,
March or
yeah.
Tekken usually drops in September. Yeah, like
Mhm.
Street Fighter usually drops in February.
That June release date dropped a month before Evo was kind of really good on Street Fighter 6.
I mean, we're part of a generation where staying at home is the thing to do now. Like,
Absolutely.
not even before COVID. Like,
Yep.
people are chilling at home playing video games over the summer. People are just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as the years go on, we're at home in our fucking technology more and more. So, dropping games in the summer, because back in the day, dropping games in the summer was like, what the fuck? I
It was a
playing
death
games over the
sentence
summer. I'm
almost,
outside.
yeah.
Yeah, like now everybody's just chilling. So,
Unless your game was godlike,
yeah.
it did not get any word of mouth, and people weren't buying it, and people were just like, all right, we're just waiting,
Yep. It was always the drought right before the storm, September,
Yep.
October, November. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
September, October, November, then you wait. March, April, May, then you wait. Yep. Like, that's how it went.
And then if you're super poor, you only get like one of those games, like
Right?
2 of those games, like
Hey,
twice
but
a
it
year.
worked out though,
Absolutely.
because you was
It worked
super poor. If you listen, we all had those games that we appreciated for like an entire year.
Yes,
Like,
sir.
I wish I could go back to those days where I could play a game for a whole year, and not get bored, just replay it over and over again. But I can't do that shit nowadays. My ADD too much. I gotta go from game to game to game. I can't even finish a game. I gotta just play everything. Like,
You got the Guy Manley
I
syndrome?
wish I could go back. Nah, having disposable income sucks. No, no, it doesn't. But you know what I mean. Like,
having the
just
Guy
being able-
Manley syndrome though, like just play a game and just never
Yeah.
beat it. You just
'cause
play
you're
it,
able
just
to
try it.
appreciate shit more when you only got like one game a year,
True.
like, or 2 games
Right.
a year, like, so crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that used to be me for a very long time in my childhood.
Yeah, I used to play Sonic 3 over and over and over and over.
For
and over
7
until I got
years
a new
straight,
game.
I played Sonic
Oh.
3, bro. 7
I
years
used to
straight.
play Kingdom Hearts 2 over and over and over again till FF12 came out, and then I played that shit over and over and over again till whatever the fuck came out. Like,
There's a
Being
few
in-
games that I've run into Discord on stream that I've played over and over again. People just like, how this
Ocarina of
game's
Time and
shit.
Majora's Mask, bro. Listen, like,
Yeah.
What,
They're like,
what was the Shinobi?
Oh,
Shinobi,
man.
look, I play Shinobi. Look, you'll
I wanna
hear
play Wind
you'll hear
Waker. Actually,
Pulse
that's
talk
what I wanted to
about
set up.
me playing and making X-Men Clone Wars 2 my bitch because like
yeah.
bro,
Shit.
like that was a game that I literally just played a whole summer, just like every day. Cause you die, you start over. Like there's no save states.
Yep.
You die, you start the game over. And it's just like, what are you gonna do if you're playing games? That's the only game you feel like playing. I'm
man,
in
what if
there.
I had
Restart.
FF14 when I was a kid, bro. What if I played
Right?
FF11 as a kid?
Oh
I don't
my
think I would
God,
ever play any
imagine.
other video game ever.
Super Mario 64.
I mean, it probably would have been a similar feeling to like playing Final Fantasy 11 back in the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Star Fox.
I'm glad I didn't. My life probably would have been fucked.
Star Fox was the shit that I played over and over again.
Yeah, but that game is meant to be played over and over again.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but it was at the perfect time in my life that I was like,
Yeah,
I
of course.
could
Yeah,
come
yeah,
home
yeah,
from
yeah.
school and do a run and then
I played
handle my
Bayonetta
biz.
80 million times. Fucking Devil May
Yeah.
Cry 80 million times. Like, damn. I still have to play certain games like once every year. I gotta play Jet Set Radio at least once a year. I gotta play Kingdom Hearts 2 at least once a year. I gotta play certain shit. Like it's like it's ingrained in me.
For me, it's like I gotta play Resident Evil at least once a year.
Yeah. I gotta play Sonic. Man, fuck. I gotta play
Sonic.
Sonic 3 at least once a year.
Super
Oh
Mario
yeah.
World,
Super Mario World. Yep. Exactly.
There's quite a few games,
Gotta
man,
play
that are
Bayonetta
just
2
on
at
that
least once
list.
a year. Like, damn, bro.
And now we might have to add more games to this list. I feel like I have to play BG3 every year now. Fuck.
I mean, you're gonna
Yeah,
play
I
that
think-
for the
I
next
think-
80 years.
I think BG3 is gonna be a long-lasting game until the next one comes out.
BG3 is just a side game for me now. Like, that's the game you just play. You just gotta best. It's not even a game. It's literally not even a game anymore. It's just a meetup. Like,
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
That's all it is. Because if I
Just-
consider
just
that a game,
seeing it.
I'm not gonna play anything else, and then I'm gonna be like, fuck. I want to play this, but I gotta play BG3. Like, nah. I'll probably end up beating Starfield before I finish that shit.
God, Starfield, man.
I'm probably
All
just gonna
these
go
games
straight
on the
through Starfield,
horizon
just
are just
run
kind
and
of
beat it.
crazy.
Yeah, it's just so many games. So, yeah, guys, don't feel bad if you can't like stick to
Yeah.
one game. Like it's literally, video gaming ADD. Like that game of the year list is gonna be crazy this year.
Pick your favorites and stick with them and play them. That's all I
I'm
can
about to
say.
quit. I'm about to retire, not playing video games ever again.
Yeah, all right. Good luck.
Quit, bro.
Yeah, right.
I've been thinking about that shit. I've been like, bro, I should just stop
Spider-Man
playing
comes
games.
out in October, homie. You ain't quitting.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. You say that, but this is gonna be like blasphemy. But I don't even care. Like, I know I'm buying the game. I'm buying the game, obviously, right?
Bro.
I don't even care.
I
Like,
will
don't-
say it's hard
that's
to
like
care
pretty
about
low
it
on my
before
list of
it's
hype
out.
games right now.
Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you right now, you're
Spider-Man
not
is
gonna
very
care about
low
it
on the
until
list.
it's released. That's what it is.
Yeah, out of all the games that are coming out, that's pretty low on the list. Like,
Whenever they fucking decide to drop Wolverine, that shit's gonna be outrageous too. Like fucking Insomniac, I trust them 100%. If we're talking about, if we're gonna talk about devs,
really.
yeah, if we're gonna talk about devs who don't miss right now, Insomniac, woof, they're kind
Yeah.
of going crazy.
I
Yeah.
want to do Ratchet, bro. That's what I want.
Whoa.
But we already got one. I gotta wait.
Gotta
You
wait for
gotta wait
another.
you gotta wait like 40 years, bro.
Then there might be a new
Yeah.
Jack and Daxter.
Damn. If that happens, and if that happens and I'm not streaming by then, yo, someone just hang me. Like,
Nah.
I'm not gonna hang
bro,
you.
that
Nah,
game, like, y'all don't understand. Like, that's like a Kingdom Hearts 4 level type hype for me. Like, Jack was like my childhood, bro.
Like,
It's-
you might,
it's like-
you might.
I can't believe that. Damn, that's like one of the. I think that's the only genre from my childhood. That's the only game from my childhood that doesn't exist anymore that I actually fucking love. That's wild. They better bring that shit back. It's crazy. Kingdom Hearts is still a thing, but that's not. Then again, Disney money. But
Kingdom Hearts,
I'm
bro, like
surprised
Kingdom
that
Hearts is supposed to
still
be
a thing,
coming
but
out
Jack
too,
and
right?
Daxter's
Like
gone. Kingdom Hearts 4, that shit ain't coming anytime soon. I give it like 2 years.
Yeah,
That
It's
shit ain't coming
it's definitely not dropping
It's
until
coming
after
out
the Final
after-
Fantasy.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I
Yo,
think
we already know when
the
that's
cycle
coming.
now is that they like there are some devs that announce it when it's 4 years out, and there are some devs that like they announce a game and it's still 8 years out. Like no lie, like
I
they'll
think- I
announce a
think I give it
game
2
now
years.
that are at they announce them at the beginning of a generation to release it at the end of the generation, which is kind of
I think
crazy.
the only
when you think
reason
about
I
it.
think the only reason KH4 is not dropping is because they already have FF7 remake about to drop. If
Um,
that game didn't exist, it would have came out already.
Oh yeah,
And then just to clarify things, the reason we're talking about Jackson Dexter is that there was a rumor going on in the movie
Mhm,
world that they're working on an animated Jack and Daxter movie
Oh man.
with was it
I
Tom
hope.
Holland and I think Chris Pratt, I believe, are the rumor names.
Man.
And why that's as speaking as someone in the industry, why that's kind of more legitimate than a rumor is because right now SAG is on strike, the writers are on strike, the studios don't have anything to work with, and within those realms you're going to see a lot of animated stuff right now because it's kind of a loophole in the process. So if you want to be an artist and make money, or you want to be a movie star and make money and not kind of like burn bridges, that's kind of like the one avenue to kind of pursue right now.
Yeah.
So you're going to be seeing within these next 2 years, you're going to be seeing a lot of movie stars doing these animated roles.
and animated roles and voice work is gonna be at an all-time high for like the next
Give me a Jack and Daxter.
year
I don't know what the
because production
At the
and
very
everything.
least.
Yeah,
fuck. There's
right.
no
At the very
way
least.
in fuck that exists. I'm not gonna believe it. There's no way in fuck. bro.
I don't know, man.
Like I want it so bad, but it's like. Then again, I was saying the same thing when I beat Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, we ain't gonna get 4 for like another decade.
I'll believe it when
There
we
we
get
go.
that teaser trailer announcement. You know what I mean? Like then
If
I'll
I
just be
get
like,
that
yeah,
shit,
that's
I'm
cool.
done, bro.
Well, it's definitely a year or two out. You know, like don't expect to hear anything until then.
Listen, by that time though, if Despair isn't streaming, I'm gonna give him the ultimatum that if
Shut the fuck
he
up.
either starts streaming or I'm gonna kick him from the Discord entirely. That's your ultimatum, bro. You
That's
did it to
all right.
yourself. You're just like,
All right,
hang me.
cool.
Listen, I
just
can't
fuck-
hang you, but I could.
Yeah, just
I
shoot
could
me, do
definitely just
something. Yeah.
eliminate you from the Discord.
Damn,
Just
just
eliminate you.
just bloop this
If I
motherfucker,
am
bro.
getting
Just
stimulated, my son is getting eliminated. What?
There are
bloop.
certain experiences I need to have online. Like if that shit exists,
Yeah.
bro, I'm gonna watch that movie like 80 million times. It could be trash. I don't give a fuck. I miss Jack and Daxter, bro. Ratchet and Clank is great,
Mhm.
but Jack and Daxter just hit different at that time for me. Like Jack 2 hit when I was going through puberty. I finally, let me stop. I'm not even gonna go into it. But either way, I was like, certain shit just hits at certain times, and it's like, if I see that shit back, I'm probably gonna cry.
Right.
Like, man,
It's quite an experience, Jack 2.
Jack 2 was fire.
Yeah.
That whole
So,
series was fire.
Jack 2 is the only one I played actually, and it was I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, Jack 2 was great. That's my favorite one.
So, anything else about this Gamescom thing before we switch gears?
I mean, hopefully Starfield comes out and it's great.
They had a lot of
Yeah.
cuties on stage, but that's besides the point.
They
Let's
did.
fucking-
Oh
did
yeah,
have a
the
lot of cuties on
Jasmine.
stage.
Yo, how'd y'all feel about Jasmine though? Hold up.
Open the fucking, open the fucking black hole.
Jasmine with the purple hair. I saw her. She was in good shape. You know, like she was pretty. She was cute. Like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then
They know their audience.
yo, the cyberpunk chick. Was it what was her
the one
name?
that was hiding the thickness.
Julia, whatever. With
Chick
the
that came out with the
booty?
robe on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she,
with
she
the-
was hiding. She was hiding a
She knew what she was doing.
dumpy.
Oh my god.
She knew
And-
what she was doing. Then they had the camera angled off to the side so you could
Yeah,
see
Oh
her
my
profile.
God.
Like, what was
The
the
Definitely
thing
hiding a
is-
dumpy.
it was so weird because like she has like from like waist up has a very small frame, like very very
Mhm.
thin petite, and then all of a sudden that like that booty was crazy.
Yeah, them hips.
Like it was a crazy,
Suddenly
yeah, it was a crazy
dumpy.
proportion. But anyway, shout out to you two. I mean, good work on the games.
Oh my god, we still haven't even fucking talked about Tekken 8 and MK1
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
and that
yeah.
shit. We finally fucking got gameplay for Black Myth Wukong.
Yeah.
I still want to see that
Right.
game. I still want to see
To
that
be
game
fair,
like released though.
I need
Like,
that game. I need to see somebody with controller in hand.
yes,
demoing
yes,
the
yes,
game.
yes,
game
yes. I
live,
agree.
yeah.
I'm still kind of
Like,
Killzone 2
this
syndrome on
trailer
it.
looked more.
It's a little sus, right? Like,
Sus,
This
yeah.
trailer looked more real than the other
Yeah.
one.
Yes.
The
You can see
other
frame-
one,
you can see
like-
the frame rate dropping. You can see all the shit going. Like you,
Mhm,
it looks like a game now, and it looks.
Like-
That game's probably gonna be fucking amazing. Like,
Yo, the other one looked like what was that game that Ubisoft released? That was it the hacking game? I even
Watch
forget.
Dogs.
Watch Dogs. Remember
Oh,
the first
yeah.
one? Like
the first trailer?
ever since that you know that whole
Mhm.
drama,
Mhm.
I've always been kind of paranoid when games look a little too good, and I'm like, you know what I mean?
But I'm not one of those people that goes crazy over fucking graphics downgrades and all that other shit. Because people be losing their minds over every time a game gets shown, and then they show it like a couple years later, and then the graphics are downgraded. I'm like, who the fuck cares? Is the game good? Like did they do what they had to do to make sure the game works? You know what I mean? Like, so I
I
don't know.
feel you, but I also don't like false presentation. You know what I mean? Just show me the game that you're gonna present, bro. Like,
Yeah,
you know?
but we're not really I feel like games, like this medium is it's not as easy to just show
Mhm.
things at, like, I don't know. You obviously want to show things at their peak, right? You want to show things at their best, but we all know how games are. A game can look amazing and then come out and fucking run like complete dog shit. Like, I'm still, bro, I know for a fact I'll be very surprised if Starfield launches and that shit runs fine. Because that game is gonna
There's
probably
no
run
way.
like complete dog shit.
There's
It's probably gonna
no
be buggy as a
way.
motherfucker. This is a Bethesda game we're talking about, right?
There's no way.
And
There's no way.
apparently, then the game looks surprisingly better than the reveal trailer. Like, the game looked really rough, and the game like visually looks like this is the first graphics upgrade I've seen in a while, right? So hopefully that means that the game they didn't sacrifice the fucking performance, which they probably did, but
they did.
They did.
But like I don't know, games are in like a tough spot where you want to show it at its best, but then showing it at its best, it might not be. It might be at its best looking, but not at its best running, right? So this is hard, man. I give developers I cut them some slack when it comes to like downgrading your shit to make sure it runs properly.
Yep.
Like Watch Dogs, the first game was meant for next gen. Remember they announced that game, and then like I think like a year or two later, we got PS4 and Xbox, right? No, wait, I forgot. Something happened where they announced it before next gen came out.
I agree with you, but when it comes to Ubisoft, I cannot agree with you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. If
because
it was any other developer,
they're
you're
the
right.
ones.
Yeah.
Any other
They did it all
dev,
the time.
sure, but Ubisoft has made it a
They did it for
common
Watch
practice
Dogs.
where
They
they
did it for
kind of
Rainbow Six Siege.
they trailer sweeten. They trailer sweeten
absolutely.
every time. They give you these initial
Absolutely.
announcements, these teaser trailers, and they run them on high-end PCs, and they show you the best looking shit that they could show you, and then they have to literally dumb the game down by half. It's just like, I understand that you want to look good for providers or fucking. Yep,
Like,
Watch Dogs did it twice. Watch Dogs, you know what it was with Watch Dogs? It was a launch title for PS4. It was scheduled to be a launch title for PS4. Yes. I remember, and it got delayed because they couldn't meet those standards from that initial trailer. So they delayed the game, and it actually came out, I think when the PS4 came out in like April, and I think Watch Dogs came out in like October or some shit like that.
No, PS4 came out in November.
In November? It might be. I might have it reversed then. Watch Dogs might have came out in April. Hold on, let me find out.
I don't remember when Watch Dogs came out. I didn't buy it. I didn't play that shit, so I don't know. Like the game,
May. It came out in May 2014. Yep.
Yep.
May 2014, and it was not. Listen, graphically, it looked fine, but it obviously because they trailer sweetened, it did not look as good, and that's the problem.
Well, either way, I don't think it would have mattered if the game didn't look as good. The game was just meh. Like that was the problem with the game. The game was just overhyped. Like that was the problem. If the game could have came out and looked mediocre as fuck, if the game was good, I don't think anybody would have cared.
Yeah.
Like that game was just they said all this shit that you could do in the game and none of it was real. Yeah. Like that's more of the problem for me. Like when you like fucking what was that game? Remember No Man's Sky? All that. Remember the way that game launched? Like that's my problem. I don't give a fuck how the game looks. Just give me what you said give me what you said the game was going to be. Like
and even Cyberpunk is guilty of that shit too.
Oh yeah. But they're in the process of the No Man's Sky process, which is rectifying what you announced.
Different is Cyberpunk still looks good.
Exactly. Yeah. True.
Well, here's the main problem.
Optimized.
Here's the main problem with Cyberpunk. That game should not have came out for PS4 and Xbox.
Yeah, of course. It should have came out a year later.
At all. It should have just been purely next gen. And even then, the PS5 is kind of like, whatever.
Yeah. It should have been next gen and it should have came out a year later.
Yep.
They should have just delayed the fucking next gen.
It was a totally different game when it came. It was a totally different game a year later. That's when I decided to play it a year later. And that shit was... Everybody was like, man, this game was trash. I was like, I don't see it. I'm playing this shit a year later. Game's great for me. Like, I love it. Like,
yeah,
I can wait. I'm good on shit like that. Like, but the difference is CD Projekt Red, it's not Ubisoft, right? Like, that happened, but they've done enough in the past since that game launched.
Yes.
Kind of, I don't want to say completely rectify it, but I feel like they're back in my good graces. We'll see after the
they're building good faith. They're building good faith back. You know, they're getting back the trust.
I think whoever was at the top had the money, had the money in their eyes, right? They just saw green and they were like, all right, we made a few mistakes and now we're back to whatever the fuck. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when the next shit drops, right?
I'm interested to see the DLC sales, what the sales numbers look like for this DLC.
I'm definitely buying. It's gonna be off the chain because ever since that Netflix show,
yeah, bro. Remember when that Netflix shit dropped and the sales of the game just went through the fucking roof?
Yep.
Yeah.
It had like the most concurrent fucking users on Steam. That shit was crazy.
They had an increase in sales and then a super increase in play rate.
Yeah, that was their second chance right there. They got it and they made use of it so good. And
it's
the
popularity
DLC right then too.
That's why I'm super interested in this whole Zack Snyder shit, because like Netflix is a different kind of monster when it comes to like if you have a game tie-in, it kind of just has that
Let's be real.
Well, I want to play the game now.
Wait. Let's be real. When it's good, obviously.
When it's good, obviously, yeah.
Because I went into that shit with an open mind. I went into it. I was like, this is probably gonna be complete shit. I was completely surprised at how good that shit was. I think that was the last. No, it was the last anime I actually fully watched. It was definitely the last anime where I was like, "Fuck, what the fuck?"
Oh, Cyberpunk! Oh
yeah,
my god, yeah, it was so good.
When it's good.
By the way, if you haven't seen it, go see it. Like, it's definitely like, even if you're not an anime fan,
Edgerunners. That shit was
Edgerunners.
Yeah, Edgerunners.
That shit was fucking phenomenal. Like, damn.
Well, like looking at this Zack Snyder shit, like it definitely has like that whole vibe. It has the Zack Snyder vibe, like the 300 kind of, you know what I mean? Like the whole.
Yeah, but sometimes there's such thing as doing too much.
Yep. So, yes. And I agree with Despair on this, because this is a huge risk from Netflix, because
huge. It's two movies.
If the two movies bomb, and then the game bombs, like from a financial perspective,
yes,
Netflix is in trouble financially. Like, it needs to do at least okay for them to commit to all that, like before. You know what I mean? That's a huge. I don't know. That's huge.
I think that's why they're doing a 2-in-1. It's like they got a bundle from Zack Snyder, because if this shit if it comes out and it's absolute ass, they don't have to decide whether or not they're gonna do the second part. They're just already gonna release it and then not advertise it, right? Because they already got it worked on.
I guess if the two movies bomb, they could just cancel the game, though, right?
The game, they're not funding the game.
Is going to be a lot harder to cancel than a movie is.
Yes, because the game is based on game development. That game's already been in development. Yeah,
it's
for
already
like 2 years now,
Mm-hmm.
probably for 2 years, and now they're like, to cancel that, the game's gonna suffer. Well, maybe not. The game may not suffer if the property's shit. If we watch this Netflix movie and we're just kind of like, it's bad, the game may be fucking fantastic, because how many bad movie games have we had? How many good movie games have we had? You know?
Don't get me wrong. It's all interesting. Like, I hope it's great. I want it to be good. But
yeah,
I'm that person where it's like, when you do stuff like that, I feel like you're just selling me shit. I feel like you're shoving shit down my throat, right?
Yeah, you're trying to sell me a franchise.
I don't want to feel like I'm being sold a game. Like, I want to feel like, okay, they care about this game, they're passionate about the game, they want to make the game good. At that point, it doesn't feel like I'm being sold. Like obviously we're being sold. We have to buy the games, but I don't like feeling like I'm being fucking looked at as a fucking consumer. Like, here's this game, here's this movie, here's this. Consume all this shit. Like, I don't. Something about that just doesn't rub me the right way. Yeah, something about that.
Don't assume I want a franchise.
Yeah, I don't want all that shit. Like, I don't know. I don't know anything about this shit.
Make a real good first movie, and then let me be like, good, you know what?
It would be cool make the game see good. Pick more. One. Like,
yo, what's up, Jasmine? Hold up, I see her.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, they could have shadowed. They could have. Well, this is a tie-in thing with Gamescom, right? But they could have like released it and then shadow dropped the game. You know what I mean?
Because you gotta think about it, right? In the game industry, right? When there's a movie for a game, it's a cash grab. When there's a game tie-in for a movie, it's a cash grab. Like, I don't want to fucking just, oh, here, we got this game attached to this movie. Like, let's just make the most amount of money possible. If they don't like the movie, maybe they'll like the game. They don't like the game, maybe they'll like the movie. Fuck that. Like, just give me one at a time. Like, this is the gamer in me speaking. Just give me the game. If I'm interested in the lore, I'll watch the movie. Like,
I agree.
That's it. Like, they got on the stage. They did too much, in my opinion. They did too much.
I think it's cool that they're releasing all that. Let's see.
And then the trailer showed me the trailer looked great.
It was all right.
I didn't know what the fuck I was watching. That didn't get me invested in shit.
There was no story to the trailers, but that's more of a Hollywood issue than.
But that I mean, that's kind of good because at least we don't know what the whole fucking movie's about within the trailer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I want some context about this world that you're trying to build, which they're clearly trying to build.
That world looked kind of crazy. They had like king ninjas and all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah, no.
But there's billions of fucking franchises that look like that.
True.
Yeah. Like,
true. It's like,
and how we know this shit gonna look like that when they come out.
And then and not only that, but it's just like a teaser probably would have been a little bit more to get people's, give me a little something just to like to see what I'm looking forward to when I'm watching this thing, and then just
I like Zack Snyder, right? But he doesn't hold that kind of weight to me personally. Mm-hmm. He doesn't hold that kind of weight where it's like, oh, Elden Ring announces that what's his name is working on the lore. Fucking what's the dude's name?
George R. Martin.
Like that holds more weight to me. Like hearing that he's working on the story, the lore, he read it out already. Obviously, they got the lore, they got all this shit. Like, oh, we might get a game, we might get a new game, we might get like novels, we might get this, we might get that. That name holds more weight to me in this day and age than Zack Snyder does. So I'm not hating on him. I'm sure he probably holds weight to a lot of people, but not me. Like,
I will say though, in the trailer they had my homie Jimon Hansu. Come on, man.
Lord. Yeah, but like,
that's the homie.
But he's always in roles like that, though. It's not like,
but he's talented. Come on, man.
I like him.
He can be in some trash.
He's been in some trash and he's been in some bangers though too. So it's 50-50.
By the way,
so it's like, come on.
By the way, just because he's in it doesn't mean he's trash. I'm saying like,
oh yeah, of course. I mean, most of these actors that they be hiring some. Listen, Jake Gyllenhaal wasn't trash, but he was in that Prince of Persia movie. Nah, that movie wasn't bad.
Wow,
that movie wasn't bad. That movie,
it's a good example though. That's a great example though.
Yo, real talk.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
Nah, they had what's the name? They had Mark Wahlberg in that Max Payne movie, and that shit was trash. Like,
that shit was ass.
Man, yeah, no, it was ass, but it sucked because I love Max Payne.
I love Max Payne too. Listen,
Max Payne. Listen, Max Payne would be an amazing fucking movie. It's already a movie, bro.
Yeah,
but the thing is, you have these. Look, let's not get into it. That's a whole nother podcast.
That's a whole nother cast.
Saying it's easy to make a GTA movie.
I know. You're right. But
they'd fuck it up anyway.
It's definitely an entire new cast.
Hollywood depresses me, bro. Let's just move on.
Bro, look, conceptually, it's easy to make a Final Fantasy movie. We saw what we got over like 2 decades ago. Like,
what, the Spirits
Within? Like, come on, bro. Like, easy ass movies,
bro.
And they fuck it up.
How did it take this long to just make like a decent Mario movie? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
oh my
God. You know what's the wait before that. You know what's even interesting is that the one movie that actually got it right was Mortal Kombat. That's crazy.
Yeah, which is but that's because I feel like that's because Mortal Kombat is already like goofy, right? Mortal Kombat, you can't really take it seriously anyway. So like, I don't know. Mortal Kombat has always been hard for me, right? Because I thought that original Street Fighter movie was okay. You know what I mean? Like,
well, listen. You can hate the movie, but I will block anyone or shoot anyone who disses Raul Julia's performance in that movie. That motherfucker is Bison. You guys have any disrespect on him. You guys are on the bullet end, bro. Mark my words. I will shoot you. Don't even joke about that shit.
Yeah, because back in the day, during that era, they might have been trash, but we didn't expect them to be fucking phenomenal, right? Like, that was like the beginning of an era back then. We didn't expect shit like that to be phenomenal. But nowadays, especially after the Mario movie, bro, like anything that comes out and is mid is gonna be so disappointing. Like, especially after Mario and Sonic, it's like you got these motherfuckers gotta step it up. We can't have bullshit cash grab movie tie-ins now. Like, and you know what's really funny, man? Of course it would be Mario and Sonic to fucking lift up the fucking lift up the fucking goalpost, bro. Like that's crazy to think about.
Right? I'm glad it's them. I'm glad it's them.
Like, when I was watching Mario, it made me think. I had like a very emotional moment, right? I was like, damn, I was born. I grew up. My first video games was Mario and Sonic and Mortal Kombat and shit, right? And just seeing those two back. Mario's obviously always on top, right? But Sonic hit me more so because Sonic, has had his ups and downs for the past for the past 2 decades. Seeing that success, like that hit me because I was like, damn, that's my boy, bro. like Mario and Sonic on top again for a new generation, like that's godlike to me. Like it would be them, right? It would be.
Right.
Like if they fucked that up, that would have been so disappointing. Like,
oh man, I just thought about it. The fucking Sonic Frontier shit is dropping.
Yeah. I was just thinking about that earlier.
Damn.
When it comes to Mario and Sonic and Mario specifically, more so what we're alluding to, everyone, is just the announcement this week of Charles Martinet stepping down as the voice of Mario, or being forced to step down. Listen, we can talk about this for
let's
a
be real. All right. Well, we can talk about this for a while, but I'll give you the bullet points. Real talk. He didn't step down. He was forced down, and
we know that.
I will say this though.
Do we know that?
It may be a mutual agreement. We don't know that. I think that's a speculation, because he wasn't just the voice of Mario. He was also the voice of Wario. He was the voice of Luigi. Several other characters that he's the voice of, right? And I think the important point is why I'm bringing it up is because of the success of the Mario movie,
right?
Is because I think that Nintendo is actually going to put the franchise into overdrive now, which it already has been, but I think they're going to push it even more, and that's something that Martinet may not be able to keep up with, and they don't want to let him go, and he's so passionate about the role. And they also don't want to just let him go and just be like, hey, man, like, here, we'll give you a severance, whatever, and then also let him do his thing on Cameo, because that's their character, that's their brand. So I think that because of that also, they're just like, hey, we're going to give you an ambassador position to say, like, here's your position with us. So you can't do Cameo shit, but we know you'll make bank off Cameo, so we're still going to pay you bank to do what you want to do, which is meet with fans at cons, do things, do the voice, in maybe select roles, whatever. You know what I mean? He has an option, and I think honestly, he's getting his flowers. People are just loving him. It's one of those situations where it's he's retiring. He's kind of like riding off into the sunset, and he's getting his paper. Yeah, he's getting his paper too, though. Like, I don't see anything negative about this. Whether if people feel like he's getting his forced out or not, but that's speculation.
No, that's not the negative. But well, the thing is, okay, I kind of work in these industries, so like 9 times out of 10, it's being forced out because there's usually like some bullshit being pulled behind the scenes. I don't want to get into specifics, but I've heard through the grapevine.
That is very true.
And
you know what we can say to that? You know what we can compare that? Actually, hold on. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but before I forget. What was the guy's name?
Solid?
Yeah,
Exactly.
David Hayter?
Exactly.
I think that was a different, I think that's kind of a different situation, to be fair.
No, it is. But I was thinking about it like that before, but then I was thinking about how old he is. And he's like, what? He's almost 70 years old, right?
Martinet, Martinet's old.
Yeah, my bad, Follow. Go ahead, continue your thought. My bad.
So 9 times out of 10, they usually do some scandalous shit. Like to be honest with you, like it's not always like. So 9 out of 10, it would be that, but it's nice on Nintendo to be like, look, man, we kind of need someone new kind of pulling the franchise forward, because after the movie, there's a whole new blueprint, right? There's a whole new audience of people who probably never played the games or whatever, who have this idea, this foundation set by the movie, how it should sound, how it should be this. Regardless of whatever you think of Chris Pratt as the voice of Mario, whatever. But like now, like there's like a blueprint for this shit. So of course Nintendo wants their shit to be symmetrical with what's happening in the movie world with what's happening in the video gaming world. So they want shit to kind of mirror a little bit more. So it's not a bad decision for Nintendo at all to do this. But it's definitely because 9 times out of 10, they didn't have to make him a Mario ambassador. They didn't have to give him anything. They could have just been like, they could have did the same scandalous shit all these other people. So good on them for doing that. So there's no downsides because
that's a legacy right there.
He is getting a paycheck, and that's a good sign of respect. Whereas 99% of other companies would never do anything like that. So I mean, there was even that thing where Roger Craig Smith, who was the voice of Sonic, he said, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna play the voice of Sonic anymore," and then the fans went wild, and then he got rehired, right? You know why he did that shit, right? It's because Sega hired a new voice actor. Yeah. Exactly. So that's why that shit happened. But like 9 times out of 10, like a lot of companies would do that shit. It's actually the norm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's always the norm to do what you think you can get away with until there's backlash.
Yep.
Like, so that's just like it makes sense. But in this very specific instance, right?
Yep.
In this one in particular, I don't think
Feel bad about
they
it.
would
Yeah.
force it because keep in mind this is like 30-year plus legacy for this guy, right? He is Mario, right? As well as we know. But the thing is, in my opinion, this is probably the best time, the least controversial time for them to do it, because like you said, this right here, like this past year is probably the beginning of a whole new fucking Nintendo, right? After that, after the success of that Mario movie, bro,
$10 billion Nintendo
based after the success
on Mario
of that
alone.
movie, like we already knew Mario was popular. We already knew that was their thing. We already knew Mario was fucking.
It's a whole nother shit now.
But now, bruh, because a lot of kids, a lot of people don't even know who the voice of Mario is. Most people don't even care, right? Because they could get somebody that sounds just like them. And the people that don't know won't know. They'll never know. They'll probably not even notice, right? But I don't know. I feel like in this day and age, it's not like, I don't think Mario wasn't like speaking full sentences, right? He wasn't saying shit like, it's not comparable to like Metal Gear Solid, where we got used to that voice over the years, right? We got used to hearing him in like 80-hour fucking cutscenes and shit, right? So that's different. Mario, I feel like anybody could do a Yahoo, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that big of a deal to me. It's
the biggest sentence we got was legacy. Thank you so much for playing my game.
Yeah, right? So like to me it's not that big of a deal. Like he's almost 70 years old. He did his thing for 30 something years, bro. Like,
and he'll still have a role in the movies. So like, you know, it's all good. It's all good. It's good. It's a happy ending for him, to be honest with it.
I think so.
I would feel more okay if it was actually his decision. I'm not confident it is, but
I think it might be mutual.
It might be
mutual.
I do feel like if, let's just say I was in this position, obviously I'm not, so I wouldn't know. But I feel like if I was in his position and I was 67 years old, I got a family, I'm not gonna be morbid, but I'm almost 70 years old. And I've been doing this for 30 something years. And I see that this new Mario movie attracts, like, it's a whole new generation. And I see that Nintendo was like ramping shit up. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm getting too old for this shit. Like, I would legit be like, if Nintendo came to me and said, here, we're going to give you this money and we're going to let you step down into this position, I'd be like, all right, cool. Good. Thank you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I would look at it.
It depends.
Yeah, it kind of depends on his personal situation, which we can't really speak on.
Right? Of course.
Exactly.
But that's why I said, me personally, if I was his age, like, I would be like, okay, I'm free. Like,
but the thing is, if you love what you're doing,
about it,
like you don't want to, like me personally, like if I was working hard as an act, I'd have to die to retire, bro.
But
I'm going out.
Age,
that's the way I want to go out, bro. I want to do a theater thing, and I want to die right there, bro.
And that's where Nintendo had to step in
until you're that age, right? You don't know if you can have health complications. You don't know what's going on in everyone else's lives, right? So you say that, but you never know. Like, you could be waiting to retire. Like, you know what I'm saying?
This is where I feel like Nintendo felt that they had to step in, right? And if they were gonna make this decision, they made the decision. And honestly, I don't know how much he's getting paid. I can't really speak on that. But like, if they're giving him a good amount, if they're giving him an amount for a position of an ambassador, it's gotta be something. Because as the voice of Mario, like we're talking about like Mario.
Like we're also talking about corporations, bro. That
we're talking about
went the other way. Like,
we are talking about corporations. It could have went the other way, but I think that they know. That if they don't, like, because the thing is, it's going to be a legal battle. It's really hard because if he goes,
also, by the way,
if he goes into the field and just does cameo, there's bank this dude will make on cameo. Bank, bro. He'll make millions on cameo.
He's fun.
Right? Like if he wanted to, he'll make millions. But I think Nintendo, as far as being brand conscious, they don't want somebody on fucking cameo saying, thank you so much for sucking my dick, right? Like and people are gonna do that on cameo.
Can you imagine?
He could refuse it,
fucking
obviously,
imagine?
as a person, and he
Hello,
probably would
Despair.
refuse it.
Could you
But-
fucking imagine, bro?
It's a
And
me,
that's what
Mario.
I'm saying. I
Yeah.
think I think because of
They were
that,
being safe. Yeah,
I think because of
they were
that,
keeping
it
their
legacy
forced
safe.
their hand to keep their legacy safe,
Yeah, they
but
keep
also
their
to
legacy
take
safe,
care
man.
of the voice of a generation, right? Like, let's be real. Right.
It's a win-win for them. It's a win-win.
And yeah, exactly. It made them look good in this situation. Like, even though like he's being forced out, so to speak, like we don't know. He may have decided this as well because he's old.
Maybe, possibly, but I don't think so.
Yeah, but he's on the
I-
older side. Yes, voice work is easier for an older person, like no lie. But at the same time, it's just like, bro, he was voicing multiple characters.
Bro.
Where if they're gonna start pumping shit out, they can't have him traveling here and there doing shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Bro,
now
we
he
still
has the
have-
choice though. As an ambassador, he
we-
has a choice
we-
to travel.
We still have the same voice of Goku. Fucking,
Yeah.
she's like 90 or some shit. Right?
Listen, I don't know what kind of black magic is going on there.
Asians. That's it.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, am I wrong? Shit, they be living, bro. They be out
She's
here.
86, by the way. Masako
Yeah, they be
Nozawa's
out
86.
here, bro.
86. Yeah, voice work is easier on the older generation. My that's my point. And it's just like,
They be out here.
and I think like them making that decision is more so because the way Charles Martinet was, he was very open with fans. He liked doing cons. He liked doing that type of stuff. So Cameo would be right in his alley.
Nintendo would
and
have
they
looked very
really
bad
don't want. Yeah, they
if it went any other way.
Exactly.
Because of how passionate he was and because he's been doing it for so long, they would have looked
Exactly.
terrible if they did this any other way. So,
And I think why one of the important things is why this is a big deal for us, for gamers, is because and this was I give credit to this to Game Ranks video. It's just more so that gaming and games in general is a really young kind of media, right? Like it's a really young form of media. And so this is one of those type of things where it's one of those things that we don't come across because it appeals to the longevity of the media source, where it's just like, this is a person who's the voice of a generation who's now quote unquote retiring, not really retiring, but like, you know, and it's just, it really hits different to us because it's such a young media form. It's not like acting, it's not something like books or anything like that that's been around for years and generations, right? Like it's something that's relatively recent, where gaming was popularized in the 80s, so it's still within our like our life, you know, like it's really
maybe it's
interesting
different
in
for
that
me
sense.
because it's different for me because I'm more conscious of like just generational shifts, right? And this is literally it right now. Since COVID started, right? Obviously, it's like it has nothing to do with COVID, but this 2020 onward, it's a generational shift. Like we see it's a bunch of new faces on that's blowing up in fucking, well, I don't want to say movies too much, but there's a lot of new faces and of course all forms of media, YouTube, fucking, right? Twitch, all over the place, streamers, all this shit. Like it's a new generation of shit, and Nintendo knows this, especially after the Mario movie, right? It's a new generation. Like everyone's trying to just refresh, new faces, new shit, and I feel like good on them for not fucking saying, "I get the fuck out next," like fucking like Kojima did, like they did for fucking Bayonetta, all that shit, right? You know what I'm saying? So, like, good on them for that.
Oh, and not only that, but they also, regardless of what happened with this Charles Martinet stuff, they literally just got over the voice drama from the movie, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they like even having Chris Pratt as the voice of Mario for the movie was a whole drama, right? And I feel like it worked out. It was fine. You know, regardless of whatever you think, you know, situation. Like it's like,
learn how to detach people from the fucking media, like medium that you're watching.
For sure.
Like, that's all it is.
Right. So, but anyway, Nintendo got through that, right? And I'm pretty sure they didn't want another thing to deal with regarding the voice. So I think playing it safe here and giving them that position, thumbs up for Nintendo. But 9 times out of 10, they was just, you know,
Mario's definitely entered a new echelon of popularity, right? Like
Mario and Sonic, and
Mario and Sonic, and we're just gonna see how big that comes up, you know.
That's the thing. Like Nintendo just knows how to do. Like Nintendo, people can shit on them all they want, which is why I'll never shit on Nintendo. I'll give them shit for putting out trash consoles or whatever, but I'll never shit on them for like the moves that they make outside of the Wii U, right? The Wii U, I feel like that only existed because of how good the Wii was, so they tried to capitalize off of that, and they fucked up, right? But other than that, I feel like Nintendo as a brand knows how to keep their shit fresh enough so that maybe every 10 years something happens and they blow up again, right? Like they had the Wii a decade ago. Like now they got the move. They go into the movie sphere. Now they have the movies. They launched their fucking amusement park, all that shit, right? Like I feel like they know what they're doing. Obviously, they're trying to be Disney, right?
At this rate, they're gonna be bigger than Disney.
I mean, they definitely could be. They definitely could be. The only
within
thing,
5-10
the only
years,
thing that's keeping Disney from fucking. The only thing that's keeping Disney alive is the fact that they own everything.
In fact,
right?
yeah, they own Marvel, they own
but
Star
now-
Wars, they own a bunch of shit.
Now with all these
keep them
flops
alive.
they've been having lately, we'll see. But yeah.
All Nintendo got to do is make a hit movie for every single one of their franchises, and it's a wrap.
Yep.
Like,
You're not wrong.
it's a wrap. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if there's any series of games that can fucking make good movies, it's their games. Like, they got, bro. Imagine a fucking Metroid movie, bro. That shit would be fire.
We
Yo, they can make movies in, like,
talked
every
about
genre.
this.
Nintendo has the fucking they have the IPs to make a movie of every type of genre, bro. They can make horror movies. They can make fucking like kids movies. They can make crazy shit. Like what?
We've talked about a Metroid
They can
movie.
make fantasy movies like with Zelda. They can make so much shit. Like what the hell?
We talked about Metroid movie in the
They can
vein
make
of
car
an
shit,
Aliens
like, bruh.
film.
They can make an
Yeah,
F-Zero
bro.
sci-fi type, bro. They have such a fucking stable. Like it's crazy.
There's so much depth.
I never even thought about that. Because I always just think about, man, I want where's my fucking Metroid Prime 4 at, bro? Where my games at?
Yep.
I ain't even thought about the fact that they could just make a fucking Metroid movie and that shit would be fucking amazing.
Star Fox.
Like, yeah, right? Like, bruh. Come on.
Anyway.
The only shit I can't really see being a movie is like Kirby, unless you make like a little kiddie movie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you can always make like an animated Kirby.
yeah,
movie.
you can make
That'd
a
be fine.
true. I mean, we had that back in the day. But
They could do it. They could go so many directions with Kirby.
The
They
Kirby
could
show
do a
was
kids
godlike.
film of Kirby, a kids show, but they could also do an adult film for Kirby because, you know,
the
hey,
Kirby show
let's
actually
suck.
did really well from what I heard back in the day. Like
Yeah.
the Kirby show was god like every Saturday morning.
I mess with that show.
Yeah,
A
that shit
lot,
was
actually.
fire.
They
Used to
could,
watch
they, could
that
go
in
on,
Sonic.
they could go on the hub
Sonic
with
X.
Kirby.
Yep. Man.
I just hated in Sonic X how they did everyone but Sonic wrong, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, true.
And, fuck that
Yeah.
show for doing that. But you know,
But it's like, man, who else has a stable of games like that, bro? Nobody.
Nintendo has a bunch of things, which
I mean,
definitely.
hello, we got Smash. Like that.
Yeah.
That just says enough. Like Smash
And
literally is just Nintendo fucking flexing his big dick. Like,
Yeah, and that's why
Look at all our
Smash. That's why Smash competitors. That's why I feel Smash competitors aren't as popular. Not to say that they
And
aren't
they
popular,
never will
because
be.
they can be,
Ever.
but they're just not going to be as popular as Nintendo because it's just
It's
the
never gonna happen.
franchises involved, right?
there's
Yeah.
no audience of gamers that are more loyal, and there's no set of characters and
Mhm,
IPs that are more recognizable in games than Nintendo shit. Period.
Absolutely.
It's never gonna happen.
But that
Like-
doesn't mean that other Smash clones are bad, though.
No, I mean,
You know what I mean?
if you want me to be honest with you, it doesn't mean they're bad, but it does mean that they are literally Smash clones. Like,
Exactly.
you're never
I
going to
agree
get away.
with that statement. 100%.
You're never gonna get away from being called a Smash clone because Smash
Yup.
is the platform fighter. That was the first game to do it, and it did it with. Bro, listen, they could have just made a random platform fighter. Nintendo could have made a random platform fighter with random characters that we never seen before, right? Probably would have been great, but it wouldn't have been anywhere near what it is. Right? Actually, wait a minute. Wasn't Smash supposed to be that? Smash was supposed to be a mashup game with all of their like IPs and shit. It was supposed to just be like some random platform fighting game with some random characters in it. Then they decided to put the Nintendo characters in it. That's crazy to think about. Like,
That's the development. Like it just kind of
bro,
echoes.
yeah.
and,
What people
and that
replicate.
Smash commercial. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
God.
Oh my god,
That
that was the
shit-
best thing about the first
You know,
Smash.
you know what though? That commercial
made me
has
buy the game.
that had
What?
to have been responsible for that game. To be honest with you,
Bruh,
I'm not-
listen, they played that commercial like 80 fucking times in like an
It
hour,
They
was
played
bro.
that
so
a
good,
lot.
bro.
And I loved it every time. I was like, Mom, I gotta go to Blockbuster. I need to play this shit. Like, bruh. Oh man, nothing is ever going to be that. Like, and if other like if other publishers of other companies want to make a game like Smash, it can't be a platform fighter. Like, I don't understand the obsession with trying to copy Smash. You can make a mashup game, right? Then not be a fucking platform fighter. To make a fighting game, make a normal fighting game, make fucking something. Like, I don't make an RPG, do something, right? Like, it don't have to be Smash. You making a platform fighter is sending your game to death most of the time.
Yo, this commercial killed me.
This was the best commercial ever, bro. Was it Yoshi with the hammer? Yeah, there it is.
The closest thing though was fucking like the closest thing they had was PlayStation with PlayStation All Stars, but they just chose the wrong cast of characters, bro. They didn't have Crash Bandicoot. They have fucking Fat Princess in the game. Like, come on,
that's
bro.
What made it? I don't think that's what did it, bro. That game didn't have that charm, man. The game they went with that semi-realistic look. It just looked corny. It looked generic. Yeah. Like, Smash
they made a lot of
its style because Nintendo games are not fucking, gritty, green and gray and brown and whatever. Like, they had Kratos sitting there. You can't. The charm of Smash is because all these characters are not like I don't know. It's like comparing like Mortal Kombat to like
Street Fighter?
Fucking, I don't fucking know,
true.
bro. Like, and you also have to think about why Smash is popular. Kids love this shit.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Hello? Kids don't give a fuck about this ugly looking. If I was a kid and I saw PlayStation All Stars, I would be like, oh, that's cool, right? But visually, I'd be like, man, this shit look crusty. Shit look ugly as fuck, man. I don't want to play this shit. if I was at Blockbuster, if I was to the game store and I saw the case for PlayStation All Stars and I saw the case for Smash next to each other, I would take Smash and run. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. But people were saying at the time, right? People were saying at the time that if PlayStation All Stars launched before Smash 64 launched, that PlayStation would have had the fucking the leverage over it. I don't believe that. Yeah, I don't believe that. Because like I said, I don't think that those franchises hold that much weight.
I think at the time they didn't even have the popular characters. They didn't have the popular characters for it.
That's gonna start like a war, right, bro? If he was a huge podcast, I would have started a war right there. But
yeah, right
listen,
there.
I really don't think PlayStation has. I don't know. Those motherfuckers don't hold that kind of weight.
There was a lot of stuff. There was all the right timing, the right place, the right commercials, the right marketing, all of that together combined.
The right IPs. Do you know
the right word of mouth, the right IPs, the right
that's exactly
characters, the right content.
Why do you think Sony had to reach outside of its exclusive shit to get characters in their game? They had to fucking they had to get fucking I mean, yeah, they had to, bro. That was so random. Didn't they have emo Dante in that game? They had fucking
Dante.
They have Fat Princess. I mean, Fat Princess is kind of, I guess you can call it an exclusive, but anyway, like they had to reach for fucking characters in that game after a certain point. So I was like,
they shouldn't have had to though, because you had like Crash Bandicoot, right? Like, pay the money to get Crash Bandicoot in the game. You know what I mean? Like, get the regular Dante from Devil May Cry. They had Power Rapper the Rapper. Like, come on.
In the game. Then they had Seth Killian on the fucking design team for the game. They had a bunch of people. It was a really small studio from what I heard.
Yeah. I think they just didn't put enough money into it. And
they knew because they know, bro. Everyone knows that you're not competing with Smash.
I think if they cared, they could have at least had something that was something. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't have definitely been Smash.
With it if they played their cards right. Was that what's that shit? Multiverses? That was the closest. That was the only thing that could have potentially even come close, right? Potentially. But that game is so jank. I don't even get the fuck out of here. Like, devs don't seem to understand that you can shit on Smash all you want, whether you play casually, whether you play competitively. It doesn't matter what the fuck audience you're a part of. Smash as a package is a solid ass game. Like, it don't matter which one it is, Ultimate, Smash, Wii U, whatever the fuck. Smash has always been like, it's always polished. You know what I mean? You can tell that there's passion put into the fucking game from the fucking music alone. Like, when you have all these Smash clones, the thing that all these Smash clones lack is fucking personality, bro. That's it. Like, Multiverses is jank as fuck. Let's not even talk about this Nickelodeon shit. Like, I don't know, bro. If I was trying to compete with Smash, I would just blow balls to the fucking wall. Like, make my shit bombastic as fuck. Make the graphics crazy, right? I don't know. I just feel like some devs they make Smash clones because they want to make Smash clones to get money because it looks like Smash. and you know, all the people that play Smash are gonna try it like for the first month. All the Smash players are gonna try a Smash clone for like the first month, and I guess that's all they want. I don't know, bro.
All right. Anything else we want to talk about for today?
Nah, we could talk about how I'm about to play this. What is it? Mario, what is it? Wonder or whatever they call it?
Yeah, Mario Wonder's looking like it's going to be
that November?
Spectacular.
October. What is
October, the same date as Spider-Man.
So I got to play Mario in October
and
November,
Spider-Man.
bro?
Yep.
Yeah, I got to play Mario RPG. When does our RPG come out? November?
And
November.
Sonic, by the way.
And Sonic Superstars? Oh.
Yo, so we got, I love this. Y'all don't understand. I mean, okay, y'all do understand because y'all are just saying, like, listen. The fact that we have Mario and Sonic thriving at the same time again is godlike. Like,
we are all, if you're a gamer, we are all the DJ Khaled cover, suffering with success.
Right?
With that being said, we will have much more to talk about. We already do have much more to talk about. We'll have much more to talk about next week when we talk about this, but this is going to be the end of the video YouTube portion of the podcast. If y'all want to continue, keep listening on Twitch. We usually live stream this on Twitch, so Twitch TV, that's SuperFreak187 right now. But from now on, all the video is going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on YouTube. The audio is going to be on YouTube, and then I'll work my way to Spotify or whatever.
I forgot
we're working on
Daisy.
it.
Oh shit!
We will check you guys.
I forgot.
Yes, we can play as Daisy, and we'll check you guys in next week for more discussion. Thank you guys for hanging out.
Later.
Peace out, y'all.